Hey everyone, Danielle here. This quick video is for Annie. She asked me a few questions over in the Facebook group, and I wanted to address those with a quick little demo. Annie, thank you so much for submitting your beautiful artwork. I am just going to go through a few tips on shading and value, and let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is make a little value scale off to the right side, and that's going to take my colors from light to dark. That's all that's going to do because we want a full range of value. And that's going to show our darkest darks and our lightest light. And I don't always put these in all of my drawings, but I do try to get a good range in. So start with a very light touch on one side, and then you'll gradually take that pressure harder and harder to the paper and make it dark by the time you get to the other side. So keep that in mind, keep that value scale in mind as you're working on different areas of the face. We're going to start up in the eyebrows, and we can do certain areas a little bit darker and another area a little bit lighter. Like the tail end of her eyebrow can be a bit lighter than the body of the eyebrow. And I know these are really small details, but they really do add up as you look at the overall face. We can move down to her eyelids. And even if you have a smaller eyelid, you can definitely add some shading to the corners to really make that eye pop and give it more dimension. So I'm going to darken up my edges first. And you see that I'm curving my pencil along with the shape of the feature itself. So since my eye is curved, I'm curving my shading. Now you don't always have to do this, but I like the way that it looks. I like that soft curved line. The next thing I like to do is do the lid underneath the eye, and I keep a light touch and keep a curved line. I don't want to go in too dark because sometimes it can look like she has bags. And then from there you can move on to the socket itself. Only thing you have to remember here is just to start off light. It will take you time to figure out your own line character, like how you like to make your lines. If you like to make hash marks, shorter lines, curved, flowy lines, that will come the more you draw. So that's not something you have to worry too much about, just as long as you're getting those values in and you're trying to shade in the right areas. As you're working through your individual features, think about the line weight, meaning how thick is your line. A lot of the times, if you outline the lips or the nose, that can make the feature look flat. So, in order to maintain that roundness, you have to make your lines a little bit lighter when you're doing your initial sketch and make sure that you're dropping in those shadows in the right areas. As you can see, I've shaded right underneath the middle of that nose, and automatically you can see that it's a rounded ball. So pay attention to those things as you're working through each of the features. Don't I want to say pay attention to those heavier lines around the nose and around the lips, because one, that'll draw attention right to those areas, and you won't be able to see the beauty of the shading that you've put in. Along the cheekbones, I'm using a really light touch to shade those in. If you were working on, let's say, the lips or the eyes or something, and you feel like the line is a bit heavy and you can't seem to get away from that, go ahead and erase it out and really look at the shading. Where do the shadows fall? And focus on that more so than the actual line of the lip. And that will help you get that more realistic look if that's, obviously what you're going for. I actually like a little bit of both. I like the illustrative look and I like a bit of the realistic look. So I kind of tread in both lanes. But it's up to you as you're working what you like and what you don't like. So just go ahead and keep shading. I will keep this in real time so that you can follow along and see what I'm actually doing. I don't want to speed through this if this is an area that you're kind of struggling with. Just pay attention to how much pressure you're putting down, where you're putting your shading, and how your lines flow. If you are completely new to drawing faces, I have a drawing workshop over on my Etsy. I'll link it down below for you. So this demo is about done. I am going to work on her left eye. It's a little bit squinty. I like to use a straight edge and kind of line my eyes up. I'll line up the bottom and line up the top and make sure that those are level so that my eyes look a bit more similar. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any other questions, please let me know, and I look forward to seeing your drawings. Bye.